Hey everyone, are you all hearing me okay? How's the older audio going? Dudes. Hey Tony. You getting any audio coming out? Hello? Yay! I'll give it a few minutes for everyone to turn up. Oh, very funny. I've set a rod for my back here because I've got to try and read all these comments whilst doing stuff. That's going to be fun. Yo, Tony. Yo, you last night, dude. You missed out. Don't know what to do now. Kind of nervous. Just give it a few minutes for people to come in. How is everyone this evening? Are you all gravy? Hey Stroom, hey Helgen, I know who you are. Mark, Andy, Busby, dude. Spam. Now I'm actually working through a webcam tonight, not my normal camera, so yeah, picture's not going to be great, and audio might be a bit hissy. I don't do multitasking, Busby, you know that. You don't do it either. How can you type and read comments at the same time? Bear burb. I like that, Phil. I wonder why people stood me. I thought I'll time it to after 8 o'clock when all the nonsense goes off the TV. Biscuits. Right, how many have we got? 20 people? Cool! 20 awesome people. You guys all rock. People aren't here. Yeah, they don't rock quite as much. Right, I'm just doing some technological stuff. Hey Justin. And Formula 1 as well. Oh, don't tell my mate Nikki. She'll be like, turn Fox off, just watch the Formula 1. Are you getting any audio noise pollution music, or are you still getting nothing? Because it might just be you. I think everybody else is okay. Cool, I'm on a PS4. How cool's that? Via the wonders of the internet. Of course, if you're using an Xbox, you would have got sound straight away, but... yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Alex. Well, I'll probably start in a second. I'm just giving it a few minutes. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. I've started already talking bollocks. There you go. Brilliant. Good start. Going to give it a few more minutes just for people to wander in. You mean hitting it with a hammer? No, I'd never copy your technique, Tony. Ted! Yay! I'm going to try and pronounce your name. I'm going to get it wrong. Is it Iltia Yandoverf? Have I got that right? My friend would agree Formula 1 is more important. I wouldn't, but... I might actually do the Bear Guy results, because it's tomorrow, isn't it? Should we just do that? Should we just do that? Shall I just tell you which one it is, because I know which one. Miss your sci-fi ship builds. There are some things in my stash. There are some things in my stash sci-fi ship wise. So, how to make custom wings. Not unreasonable, but I've never made custom wings before. And I wouldn't do it live, because it's very involved. Did you get the message I sent you, Justin, with the descriptions and the video link? Because I've never done that. I was going off how I think I would approach it. Wow, hang on, I've got to fiddle with my iPad now. I've got to try and read your comments on a really tiny screen because they don't wrap round. What happened to waiting for all the parts before painting? Priming. Noise pollution. Music asks about the big D'Agostini Millennium Falcon. Yes. Kind of got all the parts now, just about. I just don't have a workspace big enough because that thing is bigger than my entire desk. So that's why it's on hold at the moment, because I've got to find somewhere. I got it to work. Thanks, Fox. Cams. Hey, Ted. Good you got it to work. Two cameras. Ted, have you got 2 cameras? Just... Thank you, Askery. Close enough. Shall I just say Jan? Would that be easier? Jan Van. I like Jan Van. That'll do. Helgen made me buy the Y-Wing. Yes, he does that. I want to see Fox make kit of the space battleship Yamato. Oh yeah, I'd be quite up for that. Hi, boss. Yeah, brother. Just call me Jan. Bury my Frisian parents. Jan. I like Jan Van. Can I do Jan Van? Jan Van sounds cool. Right, should we get this thing rolling? No, Justin, he didn't show how. He just kind of explained the basics. But I've never built that kind of thing, so I to be honest, it would be a big project, and I don't have time right now, unfortunately. I do apologise. But the explanation I gave in the message was kind of what I thought you'd need to do. Andy Busby, clear out your garage for the Falcon. Yeah, but it's not just clearing out the garage, Busby, it's having it knocked down and rebuilt. That's the difficult bit. Use the helmet of seeing for reading comments. Idiot. Oh yeah, good point. Helmet of seeing. What are you actually seeing right now? Let me have a look on my stream thing and see what you're seeing. Cool. I've got this technology going on and it's confusing me. Right, should we get going? Oh no, Brandon's using an airbrush. Right, well let's get going anyway. We have a nice chunk of people here. Thank you all for coming along. Big shout outs to everybody. Big shout outs to my very good friends. Adam and I think Brandon from Enigma Model Making. Ted from Skipper Scale Models is here. And Tony from Helgen35. All 3 of them are going to run interference. What I'm going to do, I'm going to crack on. If Ted, Adam and Tony, if I can ask you to not moderate the comments, because obviously you can't, but just be like guiding hands for anybody who's asking questions. I'm going to do my best to read your questions as you go along, but obviously I'm going to be doing stuff, so I'll probably miss lots of comments. So feel free to ask all kinds of questions, and I'll dip into the comments regularly and try and read and answer what I can. But yeah, Ted, Tony and Adam, if you can help me out a little bit, that will be awesome, and I will buy you a beer. Good evening, Defini. Hi, Jeff. Hurry up, Fox build. Yes, thanks, Mum. Everybody, Phil Lewin has got 4 tubes of Starship filth in his paint box. So you need to track him down, beat him senseless and steal them off him. There you go. You shouldn't have said that, Phil. That was a bad idea. Right, let's get going. I was going to do some weathering tonight, but instead I thought that wouldn't be really very good because it's something I need to film and it wouldn't show on camera. So what I'm going to do instead is start the shenanigans with the bear guy. I need to get it off the sprues and denub it. So let's get cracking on with this. This is the tedious denubbing bit. I haven't even touched this yet. Now, you may recall, oh, there's going to be crinklies by the way. There is no cake. There is no cake! Teetotal, you hinge. Well, that's alright, I'll buy you a beer and then I'll drink it. I mean, that's how it works. That's how it works, isn't it? And I know you teetotal. While I'm doing that, let's have a look at some of these comments. Planning a group build for the M4, and I may have something exciting news for it. Good, I know what that exciting news might be. I'll let you reveal that. Wondering if you think to build a diorama with more than one Gundam, destroy buildings or something like that. Yeah, I might do at some point. It's all down to time, but yeah. I'm going to be doing a diorama for that transit van. It's not quite a Gundam. I'm here. Yay, Brandon. Hello, mate. Any background interference being run for you, Brandon? Get the broom. Phil, give me Starship. Yes, Phil Lewin, your source for all the Starship filth in the UK, because I haven't got any, he says, not being truthful. Right, let's get all these out of the bags. This is where it gets crinkly. So sorry. Brand new blade, brand new blade. And yes, I did stab myself trying to get it in. Wow. Crinklies down the webcam, brilliant. So I'll get this noisy bit out of the way and then we'll do some proper talking. See how delicate I am with all this stuff. Now remember kids, knives are sharp, and you probably stab yourself to death if you stab yourself, so don't stab yourself. How annoying is all this crinkling? As Tony says in the notes there, if like everybody else in the known world, because they don't make it anymore, you're struggling to find Starship filth, MiG Abteilung 502 smoke is almost the same. Not quite, but it's almost the same, and it's good enough. It's good enough. Yes, Ted, we do know a ninja. I'll tell you where he is, but that wouldn't be a ninja if I could tell you where he was. Right, so we have the many sprues. Let's get this show on the road. Now this may not be very exciting, but this is more of a test for me to test out the live streaming nonsense. Right, so we have, first of all, cutest stickers you've ever seen in a model kit. If you come out on camera without all the lights blaring. Come on. All the eyes. I like the fact you've got the doe eyes. I like that. I like that. Right. Where's my instructions? Where did I put the instructions? There we go. So this is an HG kit. I will announce the winner in a moment, actually. I may as well. Of the competition. How adorbs. Totally adorbs. Yes, I'm going to say that. So, let's see. Now when I take things off the sprues, I like to kind of go through in the order of stuff being built. So, there are some things I don't just make up. What sprue do we want? B. B? B. Where's B? There's B. Is that B? That's B. B. D. I want D. That's C. You can tell I planned this really carefully. Oh, the sprues don't have cutouts on them. That is rubbish. D. There we go. B and D. Right, let's get going, shall we? Like I say, I probably miss a lot of your comments because I'll be busy doing this, and the text on my iPad is really small. Now I'm putting on the space helmet. You'll see my enormous head in the way. So, you guys will all know this anyway. Oh, see you, Justin. Thanks for popping in, though. Right. So, let's crack on. So, we need... You all know how to do the de-spruing. Take it off with your nippers. Leave a little bit of the nub behind and then trim that down. So, let's have a look. What do we need? B3. B3. Now the lighting and picture on this isn't great because it's a webcam, and it's a white kit, so you're going to have lots of overexposed stuff. D19, D16. So who's going to win the competition? D19, D16, D19. Where are you, D19? Somebody point out D19 to me. There we go. D19. D16. Yes, so the competition. Thank you to everyone who entered the competition. It was absolutely awesome. And I've got to say, your entries were fantastic. Absolutely outstanding, all of them. I liked every single one. It was actually quite hard to pick a winner. But I deliberated for the month while I was accruing them and watching them come in. And, drum roll. What's that? What happened to making models again? An idea. I don't understand the question. Yes, so the winner of the great, I can't find this part, B8. The winner of the great Make Up a Design and Get a Petit'Guy model kit free of charge, courtesy and gratis, is, drum roll, I'm going to do the Metal Gear Solid one, because I absolutely adored that one. That was a fantastic one. I've not got it on screen, so let me find out who that was. That was from, where are we? Hang on. Internet slowness. Oh, hello. Facebook slowness. See, I should have planned this, shouldn't I? Right, where are we? Let me find it. This is outstandingly exciting viewing. The winner is, come on, where are you? Come on. Yes, Jason Morrison. The Metal Gear Solid 5 Snake design. That's my winner. That's the one I'm going to build. That is awesome. That is an awesome design. So, Jason, yes, you have won yourself a built and painted bear guy. I will not 100% sure when I will get to do it, because I've got quite a lot on my slate. But yes, you have won this. I'm trying to read comments at the same time. It's all going horribly wrong. You've won this. It will get built. It will get painted. As close as I can get to your design, give or take some practicalities. And once it's done, get it sent to you, all free of charge. So, congratulations to Jason. Thank you to everybody else that sent an entry in. They were all awesome. And I might nick your ideas in the future. I won't really. Oh, I know what I need. I need some kind of thing to put down to catch the dust. Because this is going to get messy. Right. So like I said, this is just a quick test for me, so if I appear completely disorganised, I totally am. I'm a little bit nervous doing this. That's not really practical, it's in the way. I'm a little bit nervous doing this, I will be honest. But it's all good fun. I need to do more and I'll get used to it. Reading the comments at the same time is quite a problem. But I will do my best. Let's have a look. Fox, can we still email you links to build progress pictures? I have some sharing there. How to post it quickly on the group. I really hate Facebook. Yeah, not everybody likes Facebook. Yeah, you can mail them over. I don't access my email as often though, but yeah, feel free. It's just modelmakingguru@gmail.com. Just mail that over and I'll get the pictures there. But if you can post them on Facebook, it's just a lot easier. Or just send me a message, because I access that all the time. So, but feel free, because I'm, like I said previously, I'm actually collecting everything together to put up in a reader's gallery build thing. Right, where's the numbers on this? That one I don't care about, but we'll take it off anyway. So yeah, this is a test. It's just for me to get the idea, get the hang of it. I'm going to do more of these. I'm pretty nervous because I've got to fill the time and think about things while I'm doing them, and read comments as well. Yep, nice one, Jason. Jason, are you with us tonight? You in the comments? I don't even know if Jason... Is Jason with us in the comments? Fox, do I have enough coffee? Never. I forgot to make one. I've got a glass of water. You want to see the picture? Can I... I don't know how I can put it in here, but when we come off, I'll do and post on the Facebook page and stuff anyway. But if you go to the Facebook page, it's the post on the very top, facebook.com/modelmakingguru. There's a sticky post on the top, and it's in the replies to that post in the comments. It's the Metal Gear one. Let's have a look. I saw the design, it's great, congrats. Can you smash me a part that normally would be two separate parts on a higher grade kit? Let me think about that for a moment. Cool, I just can't see where members post to the group that aren't replies to your posts. Oh, Miss Catonic, yeah, no. Yeah, if you're sending me pictures on Facebook, don't post it to my page, because nobody ever looks at that. It's the worst place in the world to post anything. Just send me a direct message to the Facebook page, to the Guru Facebook page. Because the problem with the posts where somebody posts on your... If you've got a page and somebody posts on your page, it disappears off to the visitor posts page, which nobody ever looks at. So, I see them, but nobody else ever does. So, to guarantee I'll get them quickly and with efficiency, if you can, just send me a message on the Guru page. because I'm collating them all together to put into the next Reader's Build video. What was that question? Can you show some masking of a part that normally would be 2 separate parts on a higher grade? Not sure what you mean. Do you mean filling a seam in? Do you mean like 2 halves of a leg where you fill the seam in and then glue it? Because I've shown that on various videos, but I can always show it again at some point. And I'm sure I will do. Masking, I'm not sure. You mean for painting? You'll have to clarify that for me, because I'm not really sure what you mean. So yeah, give me some more information on that, Jonathan. Oh, hi Dan. That's good to put a name to the name. Name to the name. Whoa, what? Thanks, Gustavo. Where did that come from? Have I missed a whole conversation there I didn't know about? That's a nub. The bad thing about this is if I stab myself, it's going to be stab myself live on the internet, and that's going to be funny for you guys. Not quite so funny for me. I've put a fresh blade on my knife. I am absolutely sweating cobs at the moment because it's really warm in this room. I'm going to turn my PC monitor off because it's heating my room up. It's warm in this room and I'm a little bit nervous. So, oh, seam in. I get you, Gustavo. There we go. Knowing Fox, he's another Gumple he wants. Yeah, I got bored of this one already and I'm buying something else now. Thanks, Fox, for my Warhawk being the first up in the first ever Reader Build share. My pleasure. Nubs aren't too bad on this, apart from this one which is right on a kind of seam and I can't get to it. God damn. So yeah, this is a quick test, really, of the live streaming thing. Going forward, I'm kind of planning 2 different things. One of which, obviously, this is a test for, and that's just live streams. So, literally just a case of I'll post up saying I'm going to do a live stream. It might be when I'm doing something like this. I'll stick it through YouTube and you guys can hang out in the comments. And I'll do my best to respond to comments. Occasionally from time to time I might be able to get someone to come on in it with me and go through comments while I'm doing this. I'm looking at you, Busby, for that. So this is one thing, just these like live workbench things. Unfortunately it's just me, so it's just text chat, but that seems to be working fine. Colour separation is done on MG's achieved by stickers on HG. The question is about masking it. Oh, right, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, Jeff. So you mean like, okay, so you've got a part on an HG kit where it's a white part with a red bit, and in the HG you have to stick a sticker on the white bit to make the red bit. Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I will show it. I will be showing things like that. Because I've got, I'll probably have to do it on this actually. Well, I may well have to do it on this, to be honest. But yeah, when it comes to HGs, there's definitely situations where you need to cobble things together because of that annoying habit they have of doing colour separation with stickers, which is very annoying. This is quite weird for me because normally I've got music and stuff playing in the background, so that's obviously not going to happen. Just turn that on again. How are we doing for comments? Joshua, what should I work on, guys? I'm halfway through my Sinanju, RG Destiny and MG Wing prototype. I have commitment issues. No kidding. No kidding. I don't know, are those 3? I'd say either the Sinanju or the Wing, and I'd probably say the Sinanju is the best one of those 3. I have, you know my feelings on the Density. I mean the Destiny. It's not my favouriteest of kits. Although I've not done the RG, so that might be fine. Hi Fox, how many hours do you spend just denubbing and sanding? There's a good way to answer that, and it doesn't matter. I don't know if it's metric or imperial, but it's basically all, and far too many. Yeah, sanding and denubbing, great fun. Not. This kit's thankfully mostly very white, light and white colours, so I don't mind that too much. And luckily, because I paint most of my kits, I don't have to worry about nubs too much and get them perfect. If I'm doing an unpainted build, that really becomes a problem, because you've got to get everything back to shiny, shiny plastic. Right, what's next on the tool set? Have you how to cut yourself with your knife yet? Not yet. But when I was studying architecture, I managed to stab my thumb all the way to the eye bone. It turned purple. Dude, that's not right. That's not how you're supposed to use a knife. I think you learned that lesson well if you stabbed yourself like that. Is audio and everything still okay for you guys? Let me know if anything goes wrong with the audio and things. If you're still there, Tony, if anything goes wrong with the stream or the audio, would you text me on my telephone, on my mobile, and say, dude, your audio screwed up? Because I might not see the comments. The denubbing. It's nubpocalypse, that's what it is. Right, I want C6. C6. Yes, so this is going to be the Metal Gear one. I have a bit of a cunning plan that I'm going to investigate. I'm going to look into some pens that you can use for painting, and I've forgotten what they're called. There's something or other paint pens, and apparently they're really good for the kind of thing I want to do, which is like, if you look at the artwork that Jason did, he's got like, you know, the beard and stuff painted on. I know how I'm going to do the hand, the robot hand, but he's got like the beard and things like that. So I was looking at those and thinking I could get one of these. What are they called? The pens now. I've forgotten what they're called. Something paint pens. Life is fantastic when you're plastic. That sounds like a kind of Depeche Mode song or something. Yeah, show my age. H. As time goes by, I'll get more organised at doing these things. But I appreciate your patience. Where are we up to? Be right back, need a cup of tea. Or make me a coffee while you're there. No, not Gundam markers. Steel Titan, not Gundam markers at all. They are, tell you what, give me 1 second, I'll look them up. They are called, I'll put my hand here so you know I've not gone anywhere. They are called, I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Something paint pens. Something dark side. Paint pens, what are they called? Well, the thing is, I looked them up and I researched about them, and then I stored them on my Chrome bookmarks, but I can't remember exactly where I stored them on my Chrome bookmarks. Yeah, that was clever. Gundam G-card. Oh, come on, where are they? I never said I was organised. I never said I was organised. Paint pens. Hang on. Paint pens. Paint pens. Uniposca, they're called. There you go. Uniposca. UN. I'll put it in the comments. I suddenly realised I can type things to you, can't I? They are. When the comments load, they are uni. Paint pens. There you go, Uniposca paint pens. I've seen some stuff done with them, and it looked really cool and nice and smooth. So I thought, ooh, that could be interesting. So I'm going to get some of those. I'm going to try some of those out for things like the beard and stuff. Mark Lash. It's normal to have several kits in progress. Yeah, everybody's got several kits in progress. Because when one thing's drying, you're working on something else. I need C8 and G. Where's G? G. It doesn't help that they've not got the sprue names punched out on all of these. So I need G4 and G5, okay. G4, G5. G4. Nope. Und G5. There is G5. I'm cutting it off now. That's all the parts I need, so I can get these sorted out. Let's have a quick look at the comments. What are we doing? Nubtastic, Gundam markers, don't know what I'm doing. I think it's normal to have some kits. Adam, he didn't get it. I didn't get what? I didn't get it, or somebody didn't get it? What? Aqua Barbie girl. Yes, you can't paste web addresses into this. It's got a spam filter on it. Hey, Piddlehead. Yes, there's a spam filter and it includes links, so you can't put links and stuff on. Hang on, water. Oh. I am very warm right now and sweating. Anyway, I've had about 18 different conversations, none of which I've finished. I can imagine that's quite annoying. So do amuse yourself in the chat while I just kind of crack on. Yes, so my plan is do things like this, these little live chat things, as and when I can. When I've got things that I can film, because as you've seen, it's quite demanding to do this and monitor the comments and everything else at the same time. I've just screwed that up. Arse. But for things like this, I'll do these kind of live chats. And I might do Q&As I might do on here, because it's kind of cool. It will be archived, so once it's done and uploaded, it'll be watchable any time. So don't worry if you can't hang out for the whole thing. I don't know how long this is going to go on for. The other plan is to do, and it's not set in stone yet, so don't take this as read. The other part of the plan, who's going? Who's just gone? Is it Mark? Has Mark gone somewhere? Nobody breaks my brain. See you, Mark! The other part of the plan is to do, well, I keep calling it a podcast, but it's a video podcast really. And the plan would be, if we can get it to work, the plan is basically to have a collection of us. Basically each time we do one on Google Hangout, just sat there having a chat and a conversation, shooting the breeze. And it'll be, if we can get it all to work, there's a list of people we'll have. There's obviously me, because it's me. People like Ted from Skipper Scale Model, Tony from Hogan35, Adam and Brandon from Enigma Model Making, Will from Models by Will, and hang on, I'm trying to do 3 things at once here. Give me a second, something's flashing on my screen. Is everything working still? Am I getting pictures? Technology, eh? Who needs it? Just checking something, 1 moment. I know I'm meant to be sorry about that. Yes, so Ted, Will from Models by Will, Tony, Adam and Brandon, and Ant from Bashing Kits will be part of the regular cast maybe. And what we'll do is we'll sit around, we'll shoot the breeze, we'll do there's going to be a 2-part thing. The plan at the moment is a 2-part thing. The first will be the video podcast, which will be available to everybody, and which we'll try our best to make family friendly, so not really any swearing or anything like that, because we know I have some younger builders out there. And then the second half of it would be what I'm calling the after hours part, which is decidedly adult only, because there'll be swears and half of us smoke and there'll probably be beer. The after hours thing will be more like just listening to a load of blokes in the pub shooting the breeze, and that part will be exclusive to Patreon subscribers, so nobody misses out. And so that'll be 2 parts, the regular part for everybody, and that's the family friendly bit, and then the kind of after hours bit for Patreon subscribers, and they'll both go up on the same day. We'll film them all at the same time, basically. That's the idea. I'm not sure when that's going to start because we've got a lot of testing to do. We did try and get it so that it was like this, where you guys could be in the comments while the thing was happening. Unfortunately, for one reason or another, filming it through Google Hangout is fine, but streaming it to YouTube on the back of that just was complete ass. The frame rate was terrible. The frame rate was absolutely awful, so what we're going to have to do with the podcast is just pre-record it. We'll get questions from all of you in advance, and then we'll go through those during the podcast, and probably through the after hours bit as well. So we were trying to figure out how to get you guys involved live, but it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. So that's the plan at the moment anyway. It's not set in stone. Obviously it might change, but I wanted to do this tonight just to test out this. This is going to go wrong. I'm going to stab myself now. Am I on screen? Yep. Yeah, this is just tonight, just a proof of concept to make sure it works, to make sure people actually turn up. Let's have a look at the comments. I've missed a load of comments, apologies. Fox, when my band get a gig in Manchester, you have a ticket ready and there'll be a beer in it for you. Oh, cheers, dude. I'll quite happily come and listen to music and drink beer. Link on YouTube. Managed to speaking. Looks like your camera. Yes, that's why I put my hand in there. I didn't want you to think my camera had frozen. Morning, Joe. Oh, hello, John Sue. 5:30 AM, John Sue. I so appreciate you actually joining us, given that it's 5:30 in the morning in Korea right now, which is not even a real time. My watch won't even say 5:30 because it just sits there and says this is not a real time. You're just having a laugh. So I really appreciate that you've popped in to say hello. It is much appreciated. As for the timing of these things, these live events, I'll probably vary them because I know 8 PM our time is good for obviously the UK. Most people have had their dinner and they're a bit fat and tired and they're just sitting down, and their significant other might be watching some god awful rubbish on TV, so it's a good escape. But yeah, I know that for some places in the world this is like a really bad time of day, so I'll probably vary it round so everybody gets a fair crack. Harold Dyke, the Space Wonder Horse. Yeah. I have a hangover. Does that count? That means, I was going to say, if you hadn't got the hangover yet, you'd still be drunk, so that'd be cool. If you've got a hangover, it means you're sober, so it's twice as bad. Somebody just said Ravel. Who just said Ravel? Somebody ban that person. Brandon, you banned. You can't mention Ravel in the comments. Spam, spam, spam. Am I doing it right? Yeah, that'll work. Why? I assume you're asking noise pollution music. Why not Ravel? Because Ravel just make the worst kits in the world, and I will never make. Well, sigh. I have one Ravel kit in my stash that I kind of need to make, but yeah, Ravel kits. Nah. Sorry, Ravel, but no. My regular followers will know that I have nothing but pretty much contempt for Ravel kits. I mean, obviously Ravel Star Wars kits, because they are just the worst things ever made. And the only decent Ravel Star Wars kits are actually Fine Molds kits. So, there you go. But no, Ravel kits, no. I'm not saying I'll never make one again, but it's a bit like saying, I'm not saying I'm never going to stab a pin in my eye, but I'm going to try and avoid it as best I can. Worst model Airfix. I don't know actually, Airfix have gotten better over the last few years. They used to make really bad kits, and you have to bear in mind with Airfix, sometimes when you buy one of their kits you're buying a really old cast from a really old kit, and they will be terrible. But some of the newer stuff, the 1/24th Spitfires, and Ted, which was the one you made? Was it the Tornado? Which one was it? Ted will tell you, made one. That was a really good kit, and that was Airfix. They just have a habit of using this strange soft plastic. But then again, Bandai have a habit of using plastic that melts when you look at it. So, hey, swings and roundabouts. Don't know what my worst model's been. Fox got me hooked on Gundam and Bandai kits. I'm denying everything. Noise pollution music. But Fox, you said the Revell BSG Viper was good. It is good, and there's a very good reason that it's good. It's because it's actually a Mobius kit, not a Revell kit. The thing with Revell is the kits they make themselves, they're just awful. I'm just be honest. I've never made a good one. However, their Battlestar Galactica kits are actually made by Mobius Models. They released them first, and then Revell got the license to sort of rebox them. So their Battlestar Galactica kits are actually good because somebody else designed them. Let's just be honest about it. So yeah, the Battlestar Galactica kits are actually Mobius kits, and the Star Wars kits that Revell put out are basically just crap, apart from their Master Model series, and that's because those are actually Fine Molds kits, rebadged. So when Revell are basically just rebadging a box that somebody else has made the kit for, then they're very good. But when it's their own kit, nah. The one thing Revell do, and I'll give them credit for it, is their decals are actually very good. The decals in the Revell Viper are actually better than the decals in the Mobius kit, because Mobius don't do good decals. Possible to paint and pieces fall off, just not a fun build. From Yunsu. Yeah, is that Revell or is that the Zeta? I have a Diago piling up to my desk, 4-foot high pile so far. Yeah, Jeff, I've got a wardrobe, and it's not even my wardrobe. I've got a wardrobe filling up. So, yeah. But it's that crushing realisation that my desk is half the size of the finished model. I just can't build it. I don't know what I'm going to do. So, stay tuned on that. Skipper Ted, Mark 1B Typhoon. Yeah, that's the one. Not a tornado. I'm a moron. Skipper Ted made the big Airfix Typhoon for emodels.co.uk. That video series is available on his YouTube channel, Skipper Scale Models. You should go and check it out. It's a very good kit, actually. So Airfix, as long as you're buying their recent releases from the last few years, they're actually quite good. They're actually not bad at all, if you're into that kind of thing. Now, I'm not going too crazy on the knob sanding here because I'm going to be painting this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. New tool Airfix is good. Yep, that's what I was saying. Same thing. Right, I'm getting on the Helgen. Ryan, yeah, like I was saying, Airfix have gotten a lot better over the last few years, especially their small scale aircraft, so the big aircraft. They have got a lot better. I have a few Machine and Krieger kits and they're fantastic. Can't seem to get a decent lineup here though. Yeah, Machine and Krieger is kind of hard to get hold of in the UK, which is weird. Right, my sanding sticks are all wrong. Something's going on here. My sanding sticks aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm getting issues. It's like somebody's replaced all my sanding sticks with different grits and I'm not familiar with them. Oh well. What have we got? Anyone know if there are any current Robotech Veritech variable models? I have no knowledge of these things. I'll leave that one to the comments. Ha, you said doo-doo. Why don't you sand with water? It has any advantages. The dust is kept in the water and the sandpaper lasts longer. I could do, but I don't. That's not really an answer, is it? I could do, but that will get very messy here on camera. I don't mind sanding like this. Paper catches all the bits. And like I say, I'm painting this, so I'm not too fussed. I can get it smooth enough to be primered over and you'll never see. The whole process of nub removal is mind-numbing enough that I don't want to make it any longer, basically. Plus it kind of knackers your sanding sticks, so it's alright if you're using wet and dry paper, but sanding sticks it kind of knackers them because they go all gloopy. Fox, any build ever Machine and Krieger kits? No, but I do want to. After seeing Daryl D, who's making the 35-foot tall EXS Gundam that keeps putting his back out every time he tries to move it, and now the crazy fool is moving house. I don't know. He built a scope dog, and it looks absolutely awesome. So yeah, I'm quite interested in the Machine and Krieger. I want to do the one everybody does, which is a scope dog. It's a bit like building an RX-78-2 as your first Gundam, I know. But I want to give that a try. Right, I need to find some little bags. Food bags, brilliant things. Get yourself some. To have these all neat and tidy and not lying around in the box, I'll stick them in these little food bags. Do I have any more for the torso? That is... Nope, that's all the torso. Wow, it's going to take forever to build that. Torso. Brilliant. First bit done. And now what is next? Would next be having the head. Cool. Let's have a look at some comments while I take a swig of water. Where are we? Everybody's talking to everybody else. That's good. I like that. What kind of sanding sticks are you using? I'm using, if it comes out on camera, Ultimate Modelling Products sanding sticks. I really like their sanding sticks. It's Paul from International Scale Modeler runs Ultimate Modelling Products. Paul Bretland, and his sanding sticks are actually really, really great. I am not being paid. I am not on anybody's paycheck. It's just my personal opinion. You get them in various packs, and you can go to umpretail.co.uk. Uniform Mike Papa Retail.co.uk is his website, and you can buy these packs. I got the massive, like 35 quid, 5 billion sticks of sanding sticks pack, and it's lasted me for ages. I just like them. I like the sanding sticks. You get fat ones, and you get the thinny sticks, which are kind of cool. So, free bit of advertising for Paul there. Thank you very much. Holy Christ, Helgen, that looks like a right mare. Yes, pun intended. I don't know what that was relating to. Sanding sticks are waterproof, Fox. Oh, that's cool. It's also a certain degree of laziness. I've done it this way for many, many years. I just do it that way. But there's no. I do agree. Yes, doing it with wet sanding, wet and dry sanding, or using water makes it a little easier. But for the sake of me filming this, I'm just cracking on with it. So, but yes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Using water does help sometimes. Cigarette filter bags for me. Oh yeah, good idea. I get mine in a box. So, Vanderboy, he's using UMP sanding style. Cheers, Helgen. Cool, thanks. I'll save you the job, Tony. It is UMP Retail. I can't put the URL in because it won't let me. So uretail.co.uk. Is it .com? Well, I got so many sticks, it's been a while since I've been there. Mine go all over the table. I'd see a doctor about that. Where are we? Right, where are we up to now? I need parts. I need sprue A, G, and E. A, G, and E. That's B, don't need that. It's really confusing because they haven't cut the letter out on the sprue. Normally you have the letters cut out and you can see it. It's really confusing they haven't done that, so I'm like, I can't see it. What do you want? A, G, and E. A, G, and E. Which one's that one? That one is D. So I don't want D. You're rubbish, D. I don't want you. A, G, and E. Well, it's not going to be hard to find the A sprue, is it? With the big ass chunks of head. You were A, G, and E. Where's G? That's C, J. Dudes. Look at his little nose. Little bear nose. How cool is that? Little teeny bear nose. Yeah. Now the question I've got, if I'm doing the Metal Gear one, is do I paint the eye patch on or do I make an eye patch? I've been having thoughts about that. So I may have to make an eye patch, get some plaplate and make an eye patch. Stroom, you've got the HD Dendrobium. Jeez, me's. Yeah, I kind of really want the Dendrobium. I kind of really want the Neo Zeong. Not that I could afford either, but also I have nowhere to put them. But if you've got that Dendrobium, kick ass. That'll take you months to build. Dendrobium is the biggest thing ever made. Yes, yes, we have, and yes, we want one. 4 days. I like the fact you're all talking to yourselves. That's really cool. Unfortunately, it means I come in and I can't tell. I don't know what you're talking about. Good tier. Where does it get them? Stupidly large models, but then I love them. Skipper Ted. I do stupidly large models, but I love them. They just take all the space. One thing you guys might not know about Ted from Skipper Scale Model is Ted used to scratch build ships and boats. Go along to his Facebook page. Apologies if you haven't put them up, Ted. I think you've got them on his. I think Ted has them on his Facebook page. But in the day, he used to scratch build things like battleships, and I mean, you know, scratch build battleships, remote control battleships that were really big, very impressive. I bow down to Ted's scratch building skills. I can't even scratch build a broken piece of plastic. That's the schnoz. Let's have a look. Found that nail files are a bit too coarse, then too fine. That like middle grits. Vonderboy. Yeah, I don't use metal files at all if I can avoid it. Unless you mean the little paper nail files. They are kind of a bit too harsh. It depends what you're sanding. A lot of the time though, they are just too aggressive. The advantage of sanding sticks and sponges like these over things like nail files on the little piece of card or metal files is that the sanding sponges and sticks are actually squishy. Hang on, who's texting me? Hang on a minute. What are you sending me, Tony? I'm going to show it on camera, you know that, don't you? There you go. Tony's sending me pictures. That's your man Helgen35. You've got space headphones. I like the fact you've got space headphones. Where are we? Every time I thought the glue had dried, I released the clamp, and over the next 5 minutes all you could hear was crack, and it split open again. I assume that's Tony talking about Araldite the Space Wonder Horse. Yeah. Right, what was I in the middle of talking about? Yes, sanding sticks. The sponges are squishy. They squish. So if you're trying to sand over a curved surface, like that, it will conform to the curved surface. So if I was trying to sand, say that was a bit of plastic, I'm trying to sand that, and I've got a solid sanding stick, it's just going to go over the top and flatten it. If I've got a sponge, it can get down in there and conform to the curved surface that you couldn't see because it wasn't on camera. So I find these best for anything that's not just a completely flat surface. If it's a flat surface, I might use a harder sanding stick or a file. But yeah, sanding sponges all the way for me. Right, what are we up to? Dendrobium. Normandy kit. Yeah, I'd love a Normandy kit. Enigma model making rough on my Tony, you are a one. Tar. My eyes. Oh yes, did you say Jaegers? I love metal files. You have to be careful when you get the hang of them. They're so much quicker. They are actually. When I did that U-boat, that 172nd U-boat, and then I put my clippers down, all the little tiny vent holes in the hull, I used a metal file because it was a lot faster. They do have their place. If I've got a completely flat surface and I need to make sure it stays flat, I don't want to end up with a bit of a curve or a shape to it, then I'll often use a metal file, just because I know the metal file's not going to bend and twist and conform to anything. I'm just cutting pieces off here and actually checking which pieces I need. A3, do that times 2. Very nice curtains, by the way, Tony. You said Jaegers. Yes, I've seen something about Jaeger kits. Jaegers even. Never been able to get rid of scratches from metal files. Probably mine are not high quality. No, it does take a long time to get everything. That's the one thing I do find of metal files. They do leave a lot of scrapey, scratchy marks that sometimes might not go away. It is a bit of a pain. But what you can do, if you've got a particularly rough surface and you're trying to get it flat and it's not sanding scratches out, just go over it with some thin, say Tamiya thin cement or thin liquid cement. Just a little bit, it'll settle, and then you can sand that a little bit and it may fill in the little scratches. Instead of using filler, because that would just be a ball ache on a small part of a kit, Just use a little bit of, just brush gently a bit of cement over the top. And if you're lucky, it might actually flatten it out. Right, where am I up to? So I've got the ears. G2, I need G2. I've got half the bits here. G2. Look. Ears. How cute. G2. 2 of those. How are the comments doing? Is there a set of files or brand that work great for plastic models? Just starting looking around at supplies. Well, apart from the sanding stick wise, as I say, I'd say the Ultimate Modelling ones. I mean, any brand of sanding sticks is absolutely fine. I just particularly personally like the Ultimate Modelling ones. In terms of metal files, I don't really use them, but when I do, it's just a metal file I bought from the hardware store many years ago. A couple of really fine ones. I need G1. So how's this going, guys? Is it working? Am I just being annoying? Is this rubbish? Is it a good idea? Are we having fun? Give me some feedback, let me know. Because I'm torn between the comments and doing what I'm doing, and I'm getting completely distracted by both, so I'm kind of in a tiz at the moment. It's kind of stressful doing this, but I'm enjoying it at the same time. H, that's not H. See, I need an H. I didn't even know I need H. I get scared that using the glue, the plastic gets too rubberish. Just leave the glue to dry for 24 hours. If you use glue to smooth the surface down, and Tony's shown this on some of his videos, if you use glue to smooth the surface down, just leave it for 24 hours so it fully hardens. H6. Is that even H? That's D. Wow, I'm really not paying attention here. C. H. This is harder than it looks, you know. It really is, multitasking really is hard. Fox, really enjoying this, really enjoying doing well. Yes, good, nice to interact. Fox, says Jeff, thumbs up. What kit is he making? I am making the 144 scale Bear Guy F family. The big bear guy and the little tiny petite guy. It's the competition I had on my Facebook page to win this model built and painted in the design of your choice. And the winner was the Metal Gear Solid 5 design by Jason Morrison, which I announced earlier. I wish there was a way I could share the picture on here. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Hang on. Cunningness. This is going to be a bit like tying a horse to the front of a car and using the horse to pull the car. But via the wonders of the internet, I can show you the winning entry. It might not come out on screen, but let's give it a try, shall we? Can't be faulted for trying. I can be faulted for a lot of things. And I probably am. Just got to find it now. Wer ist? One moment, folks. Scrolling. Scrolling. Slowness. Come on, Oxford. Where is it? Where is it? I bet this is super exciting. Where is it? There we go. So that... I'm going to turn the thing off so I can do it for a few seconds. Technical issues all the time. Right, so there we go. So this is the winning entry that won the competition. Let me see if I can get it without the light on there. It probably won't focus at all very well. But that's... Let me see if I can get further away and zoom in. I know what I can do. 1 second. 1 second. I can do cunning things. Tell you what, give me 1 second. I'm learning this. I'm not doing bad. I don't think I'm doing bad. Video capture device. Settings. Let me try something cool. I can zoom. It makes it no better. No, it's actually worse. Let me bring it back to you. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back to me. Right, so anyway, yes. So that's the winning, if I can get it close enough. That's the winning design. So you have the bear guy as Snake. And of course, the little petite guy on the back is Hideo Kojima. So I'll have to cobble together some custom made, you can't really see it on there, some custom made glasses. So I'm going to have fun doing that. If you want to see the design, like I say, go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/modelmaking guru, and it's the sticky post at the top and it's in the comments. But it was an epic design and I loved it. Where are we? Somebody mentioned a Space 1999 Eagle, best ship ever designed. Looked at an Eagle later on, which Abrams kit, decal on mine broke up. Quite aggressive, reminds me of also Cobra Pliskin. Well, the thing is, Metal Gear Solid, Kojima himself admits that one of his greatest influences was, you know, Snake Plissken and that character, so that's why Solid Snake is called Solid Snake, as it's based on Snake Plissken. H5. So that's the winner, he's the winner. So for those who didn't take part or didn't know, the winning design gets built and painted by me, and then is sent out to the winner for no monies. So he wins himself a nice painted HG Gunpla kit off his own design, which I think is quite cool. G1. Did I do G1? God, you guys must think I'm so disorganised. I'm not doing very well here. It's not like Sid on Gunpla TV building a high-grade Neo Xeon on a live stream, and he's had a lot more practice than me. I don't even know if I'm on camera. Right, there we go. I put a little marker on the desk as to where the centre of the shot was, but that's kind of now covered up by the paper dough. Okay, so I need to sand these down. What are we doing with comments? Custom decals. Miskatonic, custom decals, you can do Samuel Decal. I'll put the address in here, hang on. I'll put the address in the comments for you. Samuel Decal. And I'll spell it right, that might be handy, mightn't it? Let me just retype that where it's actually spelled correctly. Old.samueldecal.com. He does lots of decals for Gunpla, but he can also do custom decals. You have to design them and send them to him, if I remember rightly, but he can do custom prints for you. Just bear in mind that white decals are kind of a problem for anybody making custom decals. My Gundam kits need custom logos for the shoulders and shields. Yeah, absolutely. He can probably do that for you. You just have to design it and send it. I think he can basically send him the artwork and he'll make them for you. And his decals are pretty good. There are other places. I got one guy in the UK here to do some decals for me. Luckily, I can't remember who it was, and I wouldn't say anyway, but I got some decals made for the Drebin Striker build that I did, and they were just the worst thing ever. So, and apparently he's supposed to be a leading person in the field of decal making. I'm like, really? Because they were terrible. So, yeah. You can also make your own. If you've got access to a laser printer, you can get decal paper, and you just literally print them out. You have to get a decal sealing solution or sealing product. It's like a spray can. You print them onto the decal paper, spray them with the rattle can of magic solution, and then they're water slides. Now, I've never tried it. I do hear tell there's a brand of decal paper called, I think, Papyrus, is quite good. But I've never tried it myself. But that's the one where you can do it yourself. Just remember, you can't print white on decals. It's just the way they are. So you have to kind of sometimes, if you've got a decal with a big area of white, you have to paint that area of the model white, and then stick the decal on top and make the white bits transparent. It takes a lot of expensive equipment to be able to paint white decals. Express like you advised. Need to check my budget. Oh, nice one. Yes, if you Yeah, the guys at eModels, they're really good. They won't try and sell you the most expensive airbrush and compressor set. They'll just say, right, you know, if you tell them how much you're looking to spend, they'll get you up with the right kind of kit for what you're looking for. But yeah, Dan, they are really good guys. But what I would say is, if you're just starting and you're looking at starting airbrushing, and I was speaking to Adam from Enigma Model Making about this last night, if you are looking at just starting out, the learning curve for airbrushes is short but very steep. And it's not a case of learning how to use an airbrush, it's more a case of getting comfortable using an airbrush. So what I would often say is, don't go out and buy a massive expensive airbrush and compressor set straight away, because if you spend a load of money on that and then realise you don't like airbrushing, you've just wasted that money. There is some merit to going onto Amazon or eBay and buying a cheap 20 quid airbrush. It'll invariably be a Chinese knockoff that's probably not very good, but it will last you a few months and it'll be good enough for you to try it and get your hand in and see if you actually like doing it. So what I would say is, get yourself on the eBays or the Amazons and pick up yourself a crappy cheap airbrush and give it a try. And that way, if you like it and you get comfortable with it, you can upgrade to a better one then. And again, compressor wise, you can start out using air cans if you want to. They're not as good, but again, it's a good cheaper way just for a couple of weeks just to get used to it, if you just want to get yourself sorted out first of all and see if you like it. But that being said, airbrushing itself, airbrushing is scary to people who don't know, have never done it, but it's actually not that bad. It's not a hard thing to learn. It's not a thing that requires a great deal of skill. It's the most important thing about airbrushing is getting comfortable doing it, and that's what takes a little bit of time. Yeah, I can do the images, but I'm not going to get the scale right. If you use Photoshop or Illustrator, you can make sure you've got guide marks and get the size of it, measure it, and then you can draw it and make it that certain distance. I think you can actually accept hand drawn things. You can probably redraw them for you. But if you basically with Samuel Decal, I'm jumping around a lot here. I do apologise. This is the way my conversations always go. Welcome to my actual live conversations. With Samuel Decal, he I've actually forgotten what I was about to say. Wow, this is the worst conversation ever. Sorry guys, my real life conversations actually jump around like this, so yeah, what you see is what you get with me, dudes. We're filming a review for a couple of those today. Yes, I suspected you were, Adam. Anyone, what's the best way to strip enamel paint off Bandai plastic without cooking the plastic? I'll let somebody else answer that, because I've never had to strip enamel paint off, so I'm not sure if the usual oven cleaner method would work. So if anyone out there has had experience with enamels and removing them, it would be cool if you could answer Josh's question. For normal paints, I can just use oven cleaner. I use Oven Pride in the UK. Purple Power, apparently, again speaking to Adam last night, Purple Power in the US will probably just kill your Bandai plastic straight away, so don't use that. Brandon on an airbrush. I need to see Brandon on an airbrush. For those of you who don't know Adam, over at Enigma Model Making, he's got his good buddy Adam in on his film building, and Brandon, sorry, on his videos on his YouTube channel, Enigma Model Making. And Brandon makes Gunpla, but he likes to make Gunpla by, he doesn't do painting or airbrushing, he likes to use panel Gundam markers and things like that, and panel lining pens, and just build them out of the box, and that's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's how he enjoys doing it. Adam's trying to get him to use an airbrush. He's teaching him how to use an airbrush, and Brandon's like, I don't paint models. I'm never going to do that. So hopefully we'll get to see that soon and see what it comes out like. Airbrushing is fun. Cleaning an airbrush is not. Yeah. Oh, when I was saying about airbrushes before, the golden rule: if you're getting your first airbrush, make sure it's gravity fed, which means it has the cup on the top. Here's an airbrush. Hang on, let me look at the right screen. Here's an airbrush. Gravity fed, it has the cup on the top, not on the side, not a bottle underneath. Gravity does the work for you and pulls the paint through. If it's underneath, it sucks the paint up, which means air cans will struggle, and it's also a ball ache to clean. If it's on the side, it works as well as a gravity fed one, but it's just a ball ache to clean because you've got to try and get into all the little tubes. The easiest ones to clean by far are the ones with the cup on the top, plus it's easier. You get better paint spray for your air pressure on the top rather than the side of the bottom. Make sure it is dual action. Now mine's a trigger, but if you get a button at the top, make sure it's dual action. So it's got, you press down for air and you pull back the trigger for paint, or in that case, you pull back the trigger a bit and you get air, pull it back further and you get paint. So if you're looking at getting your first airbrush, if you get a single action one, it's just rubbish. If you get a dual action one, and if you get a gravity fed one, you'll have a good time with it. If you get yourself a side feed where the cup's on the side, or you get a suction feed where the cup is on the bottom, you might get put off airbrushing because of the pain of cleaning it and not getting great results. So to make your learning curve easier, always go for a gravity fed cup on the top and make sure it's dual action, not single action. If it doesn't say it in the description, don't trust it. Most people selling airbrushes will say in the description if it's dual action or single action. Where are we up to? I've missed loads of comments now. Thanks, Fox. Hobby Ace for class if the rock is going strong. I'm looking at that exact one, Fox. Oh, the Neo TR whatever it is, TRN1 with the trigger. It's good, isn't it? I do like it. It's only a 0.35 nozzle, so it's no use for thicker paints and solvents. It's not solvent proof, so don't do lacquers through it. I get all the seals eaten away. I got crush. If you see my head down here, but I'm reading your comments. Yeah, so there is some benefit to, if you're starting out, just you get a little cheapy airbrush. Don't spend a fortune if you don't know if you'll like using it. And the little cheaper ones, some of them are terrible and they'll just fall apart and they suck, but then you might pick up a little 20-30 quid airbrush and it'll be alright, and it'll last you a few months while you find your feet, and then once you've found your feet you can buy a decent one. You don't have to go out and spend a couple of £100 on an airbrush and compressor right from the start, especially if you don't know if you're going to enjoy it. Oh, so my coffee went cold. At least you've got coffee, Tony. Fox, you can carry on. We're all good here, mate. Yeah, you're all having a good time there, aren't you guys in the comments? I'll just do me sanding over here. If you need me, just get Tony to text me, and that'll get my attention. Yes, I'm not sure when this bear guy will actually get done. I'm doing this now because I've got the chance to get this sanded and all these parts ready. I'm not sure when this will start. It will start and it will be done, but it may not be straight away, like I said in the original notes for the competition. I've got so much on at the minute. It may take a while, but we'll get there. It's also weird for me doing this because I've not got music in the background. Doing this, I'd normally be rocking out to, I don't know, the Destiny soundtrack, or I've got a big collection of library music that's just the best thing ever, or I'd be listening to some Giant Bomb podcasts, but I can't because obviously it's on YouTube, and that is a no-no. So it's weird working in silence. Hello, who's that? I'm getting pictures. Tony sends his regards. But before we get him in trouble, he's not texting from work because I know that's an old picture. If you send it, I will show it. That could go horribly wrong. I shouldn't say that. What are you using for sanding? Make your own sanding sticks of paint. Yeah, a couple of people have asked. I've answered it already, but I'll answer it again. It's I'm used to using sanding sponges from Ultimate Modelling Products. There's loads of different brands out there. You don't have to use theirs. Somebody in the comments will let you know the URL. But I like sanding sponges because they conform to uneven surfaces. I put a fresh blade on my knife. Shall I show that one again? Was it a bit too quick? It's kind of good enough to show twice, that one. Doesn't come out best on camera, but there you go. Oops. Can't really beat a bit of Tony in pink. Bless him. Tony is an awesome dude. If you're not subscribed to his channel, Helgen35 on YouTube, and trust me, it's Helgen35, not Helgen35. If you're not subscribed to Tony on YouTube, do go and subscribe to his channel. The guy is wicked awesome. Doesn't live far from me actually, and we hung around a few times. He's a good mate, so go and check out his stuff. I love his sense of humour. And of course, Adam and Brandon over at Enigma Model Making. Go and check out their YouTube channel, which is Enigma Model Making. If one of you can be kind enough to type these into the comments for me. Ted over at Skipper Scale Models. Will at Models by Will. And Ant over at Bashing Kits. These are all the dudes that hopefully will get in on the podcast. They're all my good friends. What comments have we got? Oh, stop it, I'm blushing now. Well, you've gone pink there as well. Then match your hat. Sazabi or Sazabi version car. I've been told that the OVA Sazabi, the non-version car one, is actually better because it has the polystyrene frame, if I've got that right. So it's a bit more sturdy. And a bit slightly better design, so the hands are a bit better. But they're both excellent kits. But I've been told the OVA one is the superior one because it's the later release and it's... Have I got that the right way around, or is it the version car that's the OVA? I think it's the... Yeah, the version car is the first one, then the OVA one came out and it's a bit better, the hands are improved. And they got rid of the ABS frame and went for polystyrene, so... It's a bit sturdier. Plus if you're painting it, ABS is a living nightmare. I have a YouTube page, Skipper Ted, but there isn't much on it yet. Oh, there will be. We were doing some tests on streaming last night, the group of us. I actually heard Ted use a swear word. It was a first, that. Tony, you missed out on that. You missed out on Ted using a swear. It was cool. Little tool for removing nozzles. I love that thing. It looks like... I've scrolled. Oh god, I've scrolled. And it went wrong. A little rod with a silver end like a ratchet. You got a nozzle spanner. I like nozzle spanners. Right, was that the head? Is that all the parts? No, we've got more parts. Wait, what? Ted swore? Yeah, he said a rude word. It was a real rude word. I know. Go figure. Right, give me a second. I'm just going to get some more water. Give me a moment. I shall return presently. There we go, that's much better. Good bit of water, keep me liquidized. Missed out on a Sazabi version car by 25 quid, but I'm glad I'm not sure I would do the shiny red justice at the moment. It's worth having it in your stash anyway, Titan, because then you can look at it for months and months. You can use it as a motivational tool to get better, because you can say, I need to get better. If you think you're not good enough, you can have it there to say, I need to get to a certain level before I can make that. And that'll keep you going. But yeah, I think the OVA one might be a slightly better idea than the version car. I think. I could be wrong. So you need to do some research on the intertubes. But I think the version car is not as good as the OVA. Okay, there's a part here I've not got. H6. There it is. I went to cut it off earlier on and never did. I think he's having a pee from the sound of that tinkle. No, it's actually the bathroom tap. I was filling up my glass. You could hear that? My God, this microphone is sensitive. I need to not talk quite so loud. Am I talking? Am I really loud, by the way? Do I need to talk quieter? I need to talk slower. But I'm excited. Do I need to talk quieter? Or anything like that? TK! Hello, mate. Were you in here? Have you just come in? Or have you been here all the time? I've kind of lost track of who's doing what now. I'll get the shine. 2 times more shine! Oh, let's not do that. Yes, I wasn't peeing. Although somebody we know, Tony, when doing a test live stream last night, somebody we know went to the loo and forgot they had their headset on with a microphone in it. Their wireless microphone headset. I won't say who. Or even mute. Thanks, Ted. There we go. Be careful with knives, folks. That's what happens. Ow, you little... Ooh. Look, manly wound. Ow. Hehe, injuries live on screen. It's only a very slight shallow cut. It's not a problem. I didn't gouge myself too much. Caught myself on the back of the blade. Oh. That's why you have to be quiet. Oh, shut up, Tony. This... Ow. I've perforated myself. I've got blood on the model now. James, when you get this model, it comes with my blood in it as well. I've not just sweated and teared over it, I've blooded on it as well. I'm going to use the clippers for that one. I'm not taking that risk again. Ow. Yes, he didn't wash his hands, Enigma model making. But I'm not even sure he flushed after he did that thing with the headset on. I couldn't believe it. It's a classic, like somebody on Xbox Live forgets to take the headset off when they go for a whiz. I was like, dude, you just went for a wee, didn't you? He went, yeah. I realised you were all talking about me. And there's the first cut, yeah. I'm going to have to go and get a plaster now. Ow. Right, you guys carry on talking. I'll go and get myself a bit of a plaster. And I shall be back in a moment. What a great start. Back in a moment. It's a good start. I still do it. Happy start. Look, grievous injury. Ow. There's 3 medics and none of us are there to fix him. Unfortunately, I've got this little tiny cut and that's the smallest plaster I've got. Brilliant. I don't know. Tony, only I could injure myself on my first ever live stream. You know that. I wouldn't mind, it's on the end of my thumb and nobody can ever put plasters on the end of thumbs. Now I can't get the... It's going wrong. Can't get the thing off the thing now. I'm trying to read comments while I'm removing a plaster from the backing and it's just not happening. Right. Seriously. Get off the backing. There we go. Ugh. I'm going home. Right, there's no way to... It's just the worst possible place you can injure yourself is like on the end of your thumb. It's just... This is the worst plaster ever. The worst, cheapest... I don't know. Tony, I need you... I'm not a medic. What do you think of my plastering skills, Tony? It's not happening, is it? It is the worst plaster ever. Now I can't hold anything. That's not going to work. Hang on, I'm getting a text. What's this? Zoom. Yeah, pretty much. Tony's telling me off and laughing his head off at the same time on a message. Right, let's try this one, shall we? Try it this way around. It's just not going to happen, is it? Let's just... Hang on. Tony's telling me to put some super glue on it, but I'm not going to do that because I haven't got any super glue. Right, let's just make a little parcel. Make a little parcel, wrap it round, and then I'll just... You know what? Done! It's fixed. Can't bend my thumb, but... You know what? I'll just take it off. I give up. I can't get those plasters to it. They are cheap plasters. I'll just suffer the pain and agony. You guys keep laughing. You guys keep laughing. I'll just sit here suffering quietly while I work. What do we say in there? Who left Foxx unsupervised? Yeah. Tamir tape. Wimp. Why not Foxx? Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes, that works. I would use some super glue because I know super glue is designed for sealing wounds. That's what it's for. But I haven't got any. So there we go. So I'll just try not to stab myself. It's because I'm using a blade a different shape. Hang on. I don't know, Tony. Honestly, I was just. I think I've just given Tony the comedy total for the year. Listen, I can't even wire a plug, so putting a plaster on is a nightmare. Us creative types, we're not good at practical things, you know that. Just because you're a medic, you know all these things. Tony's basically sending me text saying, what the hell are you doing? While he's watching me gouge my finger out and... I don't know. See, it's fine now. It's not hurting now. How can something so easy be so difficult? It's me. It's me we're talking about. Seriously. Welcome to my life. This is what my life is actually like. Carnage and chaos and lack of preparation. It's pretty normal. Now it's almond for the future. Glue it. It'll be fully healed by the time he sorts it. I like that. Yeah, that's true. Go Tony, it's your birthday. Yeah. It's kind of cool that happened because I don't know. It's material. It's these bits. It's this neck piece. I don't trust it. It's evil. So that's what the problem is. There we go. Now I know this bit isn't actually visible, but I'll sort it out anyway. Singing a non-specific tune cause I don't want to get my ass done for copyright. Where's those? I need that rougher stick. Where's my rougher stick? One of those. That's not rough. That's not a knife. What are we doing in the comments? When using glue, don't use kicker. Yeah. Yes, this will be on the channel for keeps, Tony, and I would expect nothing less of you, I'll be honest. Yeah, this will be on... Once this is finished, it'll be up on the channel as a permanent video. Much to my shame. Oh, I'll be watching that. Yeah, I know. I know. Having friends like Tony is great. Apart from when it's not great. Because, yeah, I know Tony. I know what he's going to do. Next time he has to mention about using sharp cutty knives in one of his videos, YouTube channel Helgen35, go and subscribe. I fully expect to be included in that somewhere, against my will. And if he hadn't had that idea already, he will have had no arse. Thank you, Nico. You can sing trollololol. Yeah, no. That, although, hey, might get me like 1 million views. See, I'm doing the thumb thing again. Look, see how dangerously close I am. But this is what you have to do. When you do your denubbing, if you don't come out of denubbing a model kit with at least one serious cut, then you're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. And that's not how you want to do it. Where are we up to? We will see how much left is Foxx by the time he finishes this model. Don't get him started on beer. I wouldn't want to do that. I haven't had beer. Despite the grievous injuries, I've not actually had any beer. Just water. Just help. Oh yeah, that's the point. I'm saying it's water. For all you know, it could be a pint of vodka. Moving on. Thanks, Foxx. He is now really going to fuss about me using knives. Yeah, Adam, don't worry about it. Oh, then again, actually, yeah, well, yeah, you haven't actually cut yourself yet, though. So, you kind of pick knives up by the blade, but you don't cut yourself. I know, you're a trained medic. Tony's a trained medic. I'm a trained idiot. I went to the adequate school of not knowing how to stab yourself. Our motto was, if it's worth not stabbing yourself, knowing how to not stab yourself, it's worth knowing how to not stab yourself adequately. And I did, and I failed, so I flunked that. You'll be wearing gloves, Wags. Vodka from a tap. Yeah, we have a vodka tap in our house. What can I say? I probably got heritage from Russia. Right, I think that's all those cleaned up. Only a small amount of my hemoglobin and platelets on there. Look, how adorable is that? I'm going to show you the nose again. How adorable is that little nose? Little tiny bear nose. Right, let's get these in a bag. That is the Fed. Where's my bags? Be another Fed. Putting it on Fed. So let's get the head parts in. And I've written upside down. Oh well. So you can see I'm not paying attention. I've just written the label on the bag upside down. Because I is special. If you're wondering why the newspaper's down, it's because of all the dust, by the way. Let me write that in another way I can actually read it. There you go, head. It's not very neat. You try writing on a plastic bag with a Sharpie. Next. What's next? What next we have? The rest of the head. Brilliant. Oh no, we've done that bit. I think we've done that bit. Wait, there's got to be more. Oh, there we go. What's next? Wow, look at that. I don't know if it'll show on camera. Basically the sticker options for the eyes. You've got an option. Here's a whole shitload of stickers. Choose some. Never seen that before. Right, what's next? Have I done the faceplate? No, I haven't done the faceplate yet. It's cool because you get 2 faceplates. Now it won't come out on camera, but you get a faceplate with like little straight eye shapes. I'll see if I can get it to shine in the light. Little straight eye shapes, and then you get ones with the angry eye shapes. I'll see if I can get the light on it. Angry eye shapes there. So if you want to use the angry eyes, use that face. Cool. I will of course be using an eye patch. I'll get those bits off anyway. Now the winner can clone you. Oh, I never thought of that. Actually, isn't it a hole for where the nose goes? Yes, it is. I just thought I'd point it out that it looks super adorbs. Use the handle! Fox lad, you can sing stuff, you can't play the original track. The winner can... Sounding stick's really popular. It's a black part with a hinge to open the mouth for the beam effect parts to stick out. Yep. Do we get commission for plugging the sticks? Yes, everybody's asking about these sanding sticks. The funny thing is, I often mention them in my videos, but having them here on the live stream, I'll have to have a word with Paul and get some kind of payment. That would be cool. Only joking. Only joking. Do. Und VR cutting. I'll take the hand pieces off while I'm here, might as well. I kind of know they're the ends of the hands. Yeah, so I can, in my head, I can kind of see how I'm going to paint the artificial arm, the robot arm. In my head, I kind of have that colour worked out. But when I saw the Metal Gear Solid one, I was like, yeah, that's going to be the winner. But also, I'll wait and see what else comes in. And I was nearly swayed by a few, but in the end, I was like, nah, it's going to be the Metal Gear Solid one. I'm a surgeon. I cut people with knives on purpose. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I cut myself with knives by accident all the time. I can fix him and shoot spitballs. Yeah. Look, it's another edge with the knife. Look, Tony, squint. Just clench all your muscles quick. I'm going towards the thumb. See, that was close, wasn't it, that one then? I can hear Tony clenching things when I cut. When the knife goes up. But anyone who's made a Bandai kit like this will tell you, if you haven't cut yourself at least once during the build, then you've not done it right. No passion comes up free with no injuries and no scars. You have to have battle scars. See you, Josh! Have a good one, thanks for coming in. Yes, the new video trend. What? Live bloodletting. Is that the new video trend? Bloodletting live on air. Do. Right, let's get all these little nubs off. What time are we on? Oh, 9:38. We're going for an hour and a half. That's not bad. But it's so worth watching. What, me killing myself? If this is what gets me viewing figures, I will quite happily maim myself on camera. I'm not sure I actually get the ad revenue to justify it, but it's fun. Oh, it's a tough one. Be careful now. Watch it. Stay on target. Stay on target. It's actually... I can't grip it because it's a funny shape as well. This is going to end badly. Everybody close one eye and look. Put your hand over the other eye and look between the fingers. There we go. Panic over. No, mate, it's really you. The rest of us can even run with scissors. I like that. Comment from Junsu there. No, Fox, really, it's just you. The rest of us can even run with scissors. Yeah, it is just me. I'm that special kind of person. What's the word? Idiot, that's the one. Yeah. I don't mind. It's all good fun. It's all fun and games, and then somebody steps on a Lego. I've been doing this for 30 years. You'd never know it, would you? Use the force, Fox. That's what happened. I used the force and I forced it and it went too far. Use the force. That's that one. Who thought watching me take nubs off things would be so much fun? Someone managed to randomly tag Mist Hunt University in that somehow. Is watching me cut this kind of like watching a really old person with a dodgy wobbly hip going down some really steep stairs? Is it that kind of like, you just don't, be careful, be careful? Is it that kind of nervous watching? Is that what I'm doing to you? ID10 Terror. What's ID10 Terror? What's happening with the chat? Sorry, I missed Katana. Dan, what were you saying is wrong with the chat? Yeah, not stabbing yourself, that's always... Oh, hi, Nico. Not stabbing yourself. Yeah, we don't want the kids doing that. Probably don't want to do that on a live stream to your class. Once we've done this, by the way, do feel free to feed... Ow, that's really stingy now. It's really stingy. It's not bleeding, but it's kind of stingy. Mum, it's stinging. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The fact I had to ask what that was, that's just... Yeah, it's self-fulfilling prophecy, that, isn't it? I do want it, yes. Thank you very much. So I'll just go now. Fail. I got it, I got it. I had to have it explained to me. That's not a good sign that I had to have that explained to me. Sigh. I've not been well, you know. Or something. Right, is that the last of the head? Or is that the neck? Is that the neck or the arm? Wow, I'm not sure whether that's... Yeah, it's the arm. Okay, right. So that's the head finally. Done. Yay. Oops. All the parts done for fed. Hey Fox, there are a lot of interest in American football in the UK and again other NF game. I don't know, I don't follow sport, so I wouldn't have a clue. Alright Adam. Thank you very much for popping in. It's been absolutely appreciated and helping out on the comments. I am making Jack Effenbauer. I'm making the... I never know. I don't know where the camera is. The 144 scale high grade Bear Guy F family for a competition. The winner will receive it painted up in the style of Metal Gear Solid 5, Solid Snake, and Hideo Kojima. It was a competition we ran recently where you could all submit your designs for the Gumpler, and the best one I thought was the best one would win and get it built. So the person that chose that design will be receiving this model when it's built and painted. Thank you, Brandon. Take care of yourself, you two. Good night, guys. Don't worry about the airbrush, Brandon. You'll get the hang of it. It's dead easy. Right, what's the next bit? Right, what time? I'm on quarter to 10 now. I'm tempted to leave it there because it's only a really quick test. I just wanted to get the hang of it and get into the flow of it and stab myself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it quits on this one for now. It was only a quick whiz through. I will schedule more because I've still got all the denubbing to do. And I need to go and do some stuff. So I will say thank you very much for everyone coming in. Absolutely brilliant of all you all to turn up. I thought it was brilliant, and despite the fact I injured myself, I was quite nervous at the start because I've never done this before. But you guys are cool. You've all kind of hung out in the comments, so thank you so much for all being so lovely. Thank you to Tony and Adam and Ted and Brandon for looking after you all as well. That was kind of unplanned and unintentional, but absolutely brilliant. I'm not sure when I'll do the next one. but I've got more of this to do. So I'll do another one for you anyway. We'll do more of these because it's all I do is turn the webcam on and start doing what I was going to do anyway. So hey, not a problem. I'll get the hang of it. I'll get used to doing this and responding to your comments and talking to you at the same time. No problem, Nico. But thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for your kind words. I'll get used to it. I'll get comfortable doing it, and I'll get better. But thank you for coming in. Thank you for your patience while I waffled, stabbed myself, and didn't really do much work. Let's be honest, I didn't do that much. And we shall meet up again. But you guys take care of yourselves. I'm kind of talking rubbish, aren't I? Because I hadn't planned this at all. So yeah, I'm kind of like the nervous kid who's just trying to ask a girl on a date but hasn't quite got the nerve, so he's just talking completely into bollocks. Yeah. Anyway, we shall leave it there. Take care of yourselves. Come back for the next one. I'll let you know when that is. And as always, adios amoebas.